Craig from Country City Media coming to you today, sharing how I pimped out my RadWagon. So let's take a look and I'll show you some cool mods I made on this thing. Most pretty inexpensive, so you can get your RadWagon up and running and doing all the things you want it to do. All right, let's take a look at what I did. Okay, at the end of the video and in the description below, I'll put a list of the parts so you can see exactly where you can buy these things and how to make them work. All except this part right here. So this is the first thing I did. This is a nice handy basket for the back. I can't tell you where to get this because I got this at a secondhand store. Actually, it was kind of an antique mall. And it's what it is. This is just an old refrigerator or freezer shelf that went inside an old refrigerator, and I think I got this for like 10 bucks. And then what I want to show you is if you find the right basket. So it's good to think outside the box. I looked extensively for bicycle-specific parts and a nice bike basket. Couldn't find anything with the right dimensions that would maximize my space back here. So I started thinking outside the box, and that's when I came across this bad boy. So anyway, the key thing is once you find one of these, the best way to secure it is with this little guy called the cable cuff. So what these do is they come in all sizes, so you can find the exact ones to fit whatever basket you got, and they just snap into place. It's like a zip tie, only you can just push this and undo it. So let me show you how I secured this. So as you can see, I just put one cable cuff right here through the front, and you can get those nice and tight. If you look, if I shake this basket, there's no rattling. It's on here super tight. So then I put another cable cuff here. I put one on each side, and I just put it, this one I put diagonal around the bar. This one I just put side to side. It's just to lock that down, and then I put one in the back. So what's awesome about the RadWagon is this nice big rack on the back so you can attach all kinds of stuff. They left a lot of holes and openings to put things. So anyway, so that should give you an idea of how to put a cool basket on the back of your bike. Here's one thing to think about. What I like about this is it sits just below the seat. I tried putting a milk crate first, but the milk crate sat up above the seat, so my backside kept hitting it. So I found this, which was awesome, that it sits just below the seat. It comes out at a pretty good width, but if you notice, it doesn't come out as far as the footboard. So you're not going to hit this. You're not going to hit this on anything that you wouldn't hit the footboards on. So that's another thing to consider, how wide you want it. So the next cool mod I did was this awesome cell phone holder. Let me show you how this works. So what's cool about this one is it just stretches, and that has a pretty elastic pull, so it's going to hold it pretty tight. But what's awesome about this one is, just in case that wasn't tight enough, there's this rubber thing that you put around the back of it. So if just in case, because sometimes a good bump can still set this loose. So what this rubber thing does is you stretch this out around the corners of your phone, like so, and then it's got a double insurance there. So this is holding it tight, and then these are holding it. So even if it slipped loose of the grip there, it would still be held in place by this awesome rubber band. So that's pretty awesome. So you can see how that mounts there. It just mounts right to the handlebar. And I found just enough room to put it so it doesn't quite interfere with the computer on the RadWagon. It sits just next to it, and it's not going to interfere with my gears, switching gears, not at all. There's pretty generous space in there. So that's a great little product right there. Then next we got this simple little mirror. This just clips to the handlebar. The reason I got this one is because I was afraid I wasn't gonna have enough real estate left after attaching my other mods. So this one didn't take up much space on the handlebars, and it kind of hangs down. This is probably one of my least favorite mirrors though. I don't highly recommend it. It's kind of good because you can get used to seeing cars behind you, but what this does is it has the effect where it makes cars further away than they are. So it's kind of hard to see them. If you're on a straight stretch, then you'll notice a car when you're glancing at this coming by. But for the most part, you're not going to notice cars until they're pretty much right on top of you. So not the best mirror, but it's definitely better than having no mirror. So if you run out of real estate, this is a great little mirror. Okay, now this is the modification that I was probably most excited about. As anybody who owns a RadWagon knows, they didn't make a bottle holder cage capable screws. So I was a little upset about that and had a hard time, but I finally found one that works. So yes, you can have a very inexpensive and functional bottle holder. So let me explain how that works. Okay, so the problem with the RadWagon is that while it appears to have the bolts for a bottle cage, they're actually too far apart for your standard cage. I am unaware of any cages made that wide. It's probably a full inch to an inch and a half longer than the normal bottle cage. So what's awesome, what I found is, pull this out of the way, I found this one by Schwinn, and it's awesome for multiple reasons. One, it has an adjustable knob here so you can make it smaller, bigger for different size bottles. But here's what made it awesome. As you can see, there's the lower bolt. Here's the hole where a standard bike would be. But since they built this up with plastic all the way to the top, I was simply able to just screw a hole with my drill, make a little hole right there, and just put in the bolt. That's where the bolt is on the RadWagon. So this cage works perfectly for the RadWagon. My only concern was that whether or not I was going to hit my knees on this when I pedal, but I'm happy to report that I can pedal fine. And as you can see, I'm still about 2 to 3 inches away from hitting the bottle. And I have about a 33-inch inseam, so decently long legs, and I'm not going to hit it. So if you're really tall, then that might be something to worry about, although you could just pedal with your leg slightly off to the side. But anyway, I think that's about the best bottle holder you can get, and you can get those for about 10 bucks online. Okay, thanks for watching. Now get out there, throw on some cool mods, and get out there and rock those RadWagons. I want to thank Rad Power Bikes for making such a sweet vehicle to get around. I actually sold one of my cars to buy this and a bike for my wife, so we spend a lot more time on electric bikes instead of wasting gas in the cars. So I want to thank Rad Power Bikes. Also I want to thank the RV show in Portland. We went up there to look at the RadWagons when they came to the RV show, and when you know it, we won $500 in gas cards from the RV show. So that was pretty awesome, kind of offset the cost of the RadWagon. Anyway, hope you liked this video. Make sure to subscribe and watch for other videos about the RadWagon right here at Country City Media. Thanks.